Good morning, Scott School, on this thrilling Thursday, April 4th. The weather forecast looks like there may be some snowflakes today. I'm not certain if they will fall or not, but keep your eyes open and make sure that you wear your warm winter gear if you have it outside. And I'm not talking boots and snow pants unless we get a lot of snow, but those hats, those coats zipped up, mittens or gloves if you have them, all the things that will keep you warm. But just keep an eye out. It looks like the weather's supposed to change next week and it's supposed to get a little warmer. So I think we kind of yo-yo back and forth in Michigan between winter weather and spring weather. So hopefully sooner than later that warm weather is here to stay. I do want to remind you again about MSTEP testing for third grade. It starts on Monday for most classes, not all classes. So there's a staggered schedule. Teachers, please make sure you communicate with your families what your testing schedule is and remind families and students that if you show up late, you cannot enter a test session or you can't go to your classroom. Those are the rules. They're not Scott School rules, but those are the rules. The other thing is you cannot have a cell phone or a smartphone with you or on, like, or a smartwatch, I mean, with you or on. So please either leave those at home or when you arrive to school, turn them off, give them to your teacher. Teachers, unfortunately, I didn't tell you this at our staff meeting yesterday, but the same applies to you. If you are one who wears, like me, a smartwatch, it needs to either be taken off or you need to put it on airplane mode. And I know that's not like something you wanted to hear, but it's just the rules. I don't make them up. I just have to tell you all about them. So, students, also, you need headphones. So, third graders, you must have headphones for both the ELA test, which is that reading language arts test. You also need headphones for the math test. So, you need headphones for both. And it is recommended that you get a good night's sleep, eat a healthy breakfast, and just be ready to give your all. Just do your best. That's all we ask. There are those practice test opportunities that you should have done by now in your classroom, or you will do before the end of the week. And then you can also practice at home. So all you have to have is a computer and you can log on. And I've put that information in our school-wide newsletter that's on our website. So your families or grown-ups have access to that. The other thing I want to remind you about, I have lots of reminders today. The other thing I want to remind you about is Monday, we have a historical natural phenomenon. It is occurring on Monday and it is a solar eclipse. A solar eclipse. If you don't know what it is, I'm not going to give it away, but I want you to do a little research and find out what it is. And it has to do with the sun and the moon. So check it out. What I want you to know about this is it is a really, really cool occurrence. It will likely happen again in your lifetime. I think it's like 20 years from now. I think they're scheduled for another one that'll actually occur in our area where we can see it, the visibility of it. However, it can be extremely dangerous to look at a solar eclipse when it's happening. So on Monday, it is scheduled to happen between 2 o'clock and about 4:30. Actually, it's like 1:57 to like 4:27 or something like that. So about 2 o'clock to 4:30, we will be in from recesses, which is a good thing. We shouldn't have any other outside activities except for at dismissal. So at dismissal, right prior to it, we have had some wonderful donations from families and a business who provided us funds to buy solar eclipse glasses. They're super cool. Everybody will get a pair. And those glasses are called blackout glasses. So they're different than regular sunglasses. They actually are cardboard. I don't know if you've ever seen solar eclipse glasses or you've been to a movie, a 3D movie, and had the cardboard glasses. They kind of look the same, but they work differently. These glasses are special for viewing the solar eclipse. So you wear them when you want to look up at that solar eclipse, but it is not recommended to wear them unless you're looking up at the solar eclipse because they're blackout glasses. So you can't see very well, if at all, and you'll be bumping into things and falling. And we just don't want that to happen. However, I'm telling you, it is super important. We have dismissal. If you want to look up, you need to wear them because boys and girls, it would be horrible, terrible if you damaged your eyes. Because if you damage them by looking at that, it would be probably permanent. And so I don't want to scare anyone because we can look at it with those glasses, but you should never look at the sun, even on days that there's not a solar eclipse. It's just not healthy for your eyes, but especially when there is a solar eclipse. So I know teachers will talk about this again on Monday and all other trusted adults, but you need to be responsible. This is one of those respectful, responsible, safe moments that is really important that you need to do your part to protect your eyes and your eyesight and help your friends do the same thing. And I have also communicated to families about the same thing. So you might be hearing about this at home because it's a cool event, but we have to make sure we take precautions and are safe because it's really important. And then let's see, I have so many things to say today. One other thing I want to tell you, all of you, is in the springtime we get excited because the warm weather does come and we're outside and we don't have to wear all our winter gear and all the things. It's super exciting. Summer's coming. Please make sure that you are doing your very best in the hallways with those transitions, with having a safe body, walking feet, zero voices. We have hallway heroes going on. We want to catch you doing the right thing all the time. And we want to make sure that we're respectful of the classes that are in session learning. And we also want to be safe so that we don't run into anyone, or especially at dismissal, everybody's trying to get outside, but people start to crash into each other. So just cool it, walk, be safe. You can do it. We know you can, and we're watching for hallway heroes. And then the final thing before I pass the mic to Miss Rosalind is we have a special birthday for a trusted adult in our building. It's a big birthday, and I'm not going to tell you how old she is, but Miss Noyce, some of you know her as Miss Terry, has a special birthday today. So when you see her, if you know who she is, many of you do, you're going to want to shower her and sprinkle her with all sorts of love and happy birthday. So happy birthday, Miss Noyce or Miss Terry. And now on to Miss Rosalind.
Thank you, Mrs. Reha. I will keep it brief. Hallway heroes, you guys, I saw so many more happen yesterday. So when I checked yesterday morning before announcements, we had some classes with 5 and 3, and we were gaining. We're up to like 7, 8. I mean, I'm talking this can change in one day if you think about how many times you're in the hallway. So best behavior in that hallway, quiet. Like Mrs. Reha said, people are going to start testing in their classrooms, right? They don't want to hear you yelling and running and hopping down the hallway. Okay. That is respectful to your classmates, to the peers at school. So, hallway hero is just a way to earn some really sweet things for doing the right thing that you already know how to do, right? So, make sure you are following your teacher or a trusted adult down those hallways to make sure that you're doing the right thing. And I will count all of them and we will give a final total on Monday, maybe Tuesday. So, also, radiant, our fab vocab of the word. So, I almost feel like this could have been next week's word for the solar eclipse. Radiant. It's going to be very bright, and then it's going to be very dark, and then it's going to be normal. I don't really know. So I hope you have a wonderful Thursday. I am going to do just like I did yesterday. You might see me in your classroom. You're going to see me in the hallways. You're going to see me down in the lunchroom. Make sure you're doing the right thing. And on to Mrs. Schwartz.
Why, thank you, Mrs. Rosalind. And actually, as you were both talking, it made me think of a really cool word that I really, really like, which is integrity. We've talked about doing the right thing. And what integrity means is doing the right thing even though nobody is there watching you. Doing the right thing, even if there's not an adult right there with eyes on you, or when you turn the corner and they're not there, that you run down the hallway, that is not having integrity. Integrity is doing the right thing all the time to the best of your ability. We know we're all going to mess up. That's all right. But having integrity means doing the right thing even when there is not somebody there watching you. We know you're going to do great with this. Our Panther Pride winners for today, Maddie and Jules from Miss Oberman's class, and Layla and Mia Kay from Miss Fleagles. Friends, let's stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Have a thoroughly, thrillingly thankful Thursday, Scott School.